In 2020, as the world grappled with a global health crisis, a shadow fell over Britain's elderly and vulnerable. It was a harrowing story of betrayal and loss. Allegations have emerged that those in power, the bourgeoisie, the pharmaceutical industrial complex, and their lackeys in Parliament waged a calculated assault on the weakest members of society. Care homes and hospitals, once places of refuge and healing, were reported to have become sites of unimaginable horror, where families were denied access to their loved ones and controversial medical protocols led to countless deaths. The Scottish COVID inquiry opened some people's eyes to the scale of these events, exposing what some believe to be a deliberate effort by a complicit media to obscure the truth. Reports of withheld food and water, the use of powerful sedatives like midazolam and morphine, and the blanket imposition of do not resuscitate orders paint a chilling picture.
Because at that time, I said, just give my mom palliative care medicine, so I'm getting used charged with my defend house to my mom. But we won't know how that. We won't know how to do anything.
These murders didn't take place in isolation, but in context of a giant population pyramid with an aging population. Rising pension liabilities, economic pressures, and a colossal national debt with a rotten economic mode of production incapable of solving these issues without a mass culling or a mass rearmament for war. One question remains. If the government claimed to prioritise protecting the elderly in 2020, why and how were protocols like NG163 and NG191, alleged to have hastened thousands of deaths, implemented? And now, with the passing of the Assisted Dying Bill, has the narrative shifted from safeguarding our elderly and disabled loved ones to deeming them a burden? Britain in 2025 shows the decadence and wanton disregard for human life characteristic of a neo-fascist character. This is Unseen, the truth behind the death protocols. In this documentary, investigative journalist Jackie Devoy and me, filmmaker Richie Brown, follow the stories of 8 families devastated by these state-sanctioned protocols where politicians, doctors and nurses were empowered to decide who should live and who should die. Despite the Scottish COVID inquiry receiving scant attention, even from alternative media, the testimonies we heard compelled us to shine a light on a very dark chapter in Britain's history, a chapter marked by moral decay and a chilling disregard for human life. Join us as we uncover the truth behind these protocols and confront the uncomfortable questions they raise about our society.
The shielding of vulnerable people and the elderly, who are the most affected by this virus, that is in our plan.
I feel my mother was murdered, basically, and I think that's why it's very difficult for me to get over it.
And she wrote morphine and midazolam. It's the first, even asking the question, first time I'd known about the use of midazolam. And that's when I realised I'd actually let it happen on my watch. And I'd gone in to stop it and still never stopped it.
I think the midazolam and morphine was a massive factor because I feel like even with the ventilator.
So do you know she'd been put on an end-of-life pathway?
Yes, yeah, they put her on that. They said she was 76, she's coming to the end of her life. And my mum was nothing like it. She had nothing wrong with her at all. She was as fit as me. And the only thing she was doing was grieving my dad.
The COVID inquiry has been told that Matt Hancock wanted the ultimate say on who should live and who should die